Hey everybody, how you doing? All right, it's lunchtime and it's another great episode of Lunchtime Talk with Steve. So today we have with us a gentleman that he's going to talk to you guys about everything from starting your business, digital marketing, all the stuff that you need to know today. So we have Andre on here with us today, Andre Ward, and I'm going to go ahead and run the intro, and then we'll be back with you in just a second to talk to Andre and see what he can do to help a lot of us entrepreneurs out there start that business, get everything going. You know how it is. Sometimes we need that little extra push. So give me just a moment, and we'll be right back with you. All right, and we are back. All right, I'm trying to do something different today. I'm actually out on the balcony. It's a beautiful day here in South Florida. So of course, the lighting is not always going to be perfect because it is midday, and you got the light that's coming from behind me. That in about half an hour is going to be in front of me. All that good stuff. So anyhow, long story short, we're trying something new. We just want to, do a little something different, be outside, and if you guys like it, then yeah, I'm happy. If you don't, let me know, and I can make that change tomorrow or whatever. All right, so let's just do this. So as I said before, we have Andre on here with us. We're gonna bring him in and have him introduce himself to you guys, to the audience. Andre, how are you? How's everything going?
I'm great, man. I can't complain. Just feeling blessed to be alive today.
I hear you. I hear you, man. Every morning you wake up, you got to thank God and just give him praise. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
so do me a favor. Go ahead and explain to my viewers. Just take a quick 1 minute to talk to them, let them know who Andre is, and then we're gonna come back and jump into the entrepreneurial part of it and things like that. All right.
No problem. Well, hello, audience. I hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Andre Ward. I'm a digital marketing specialist. I help small businesses for over 4 years now with their social media marketing, website designs, Facebook advertisement, Google advertisement, SEO. For about 3 of those years, I worked freelance and head of marketing for a car accident referral agency. And this year, beginning of this year, I started to like set out to do my own business. And I wanted to do it because I saw there was a need specifically in the Black community where we're very underserved and people coming over here from the Bahamas, because I grew up in the Bahamas. I learned like people try to teach. They treat you kind of different, very different based on your skin or where you're from, and specifically in the Black community, there's a lot of division. So I wanted to create something and to like that would create a way for other people to like create their own success, and it's a win-win situation for everybody. So that was just my origin story into why I just started to do digital marketing. Um, Plus, I came in for computer science, but that didn't turn out well. But I fell in love with marketing. So that's just a little bit of what I do. And And I really love what I do. I really love helping people and putting the smiles on their face when they see like what they want actually coming
Mhm.
into fruition.
All right. So let's talk about that a little bit. So let's say an entrepreneur comes to you and they say, I don't know what I want to do, but I just know I want to make some money or whatever. How do you start with that entrepreneur? How do you start out
I'd be
with that
like,
person?
man, you got to figure out what you want to do first. Like, you need to figure out what you want to do. Go do stuff. Like that's how I started. I just started doing stuff. I did photography. I went out there, just
Mhm.
did multiple things until I found what I wanted to do. Like you have to find what's your passion, what wakes you up in the morning, what gets you excited. I can't think for you.
So what is it that gets you excited? What is it that wakes you up in the morning?
It wakes me up. Breakfast. I'm kidding.
Mhm.
What really wakes me up? What really wakes me up is it's a new day to better yourself, to see how far you could push yourself. Because I did track and field. I'm from the Caribbean, so everybody did like track or some sort of sports. So I was always
Yeah, some kind of
competitive.
running. Yeah.
Yeah, something running or jumped in. But I
Yeah.
was very competitive, and I always tried to like better myself. And it got to a point where I learned I'm not competing with other people. I'm competing with myself from yesterday. So I just wanted to wake up every day and just
Mhm.
be the best version of myself and like actually connect with people because we kind of have a lot of division, and I wasn't
Mhm.
very extroverted in the beginning. So
Mhm.
that's another reason I wanted to like start to get out there and get to know people and just create. Every day is a
Right.
blessing to create.
Right. And so all right, you say you're from the Bahamas, right? Well, you're from Nassau. And a lot of people there that need help as well. Are you able to do things, especially now with the social everything being on online? Are you able to still help people over there too if they call you up and they say, "Hey, Andre, I need your help, getting my business started or getting my business SEO or whatever going with the business." Are you able to do that?
Yeah, I am able, but the true issue with what's going on back home right now is it's kind of disorganized. Like everything is there for them to be bigger than what they are right now, but what they're focusing on, uh, isn't producing. Is counterproductive. But I would say there is change happening. I can see change constantly when I speak to my friends back home, or if I'm looking at like through social media. They're changing. They're coming to the digital world. They're stepping into more into the modern world. Mind you, it's not a third world country like people think it is, or like how
Right.
everybody
I've been to the Bahamas
sees.
many times.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Bahamas is basically the Orlando of the Caribbean. That's basically how you could sum it up. It's exactly like Orlando of the Caribbean.
Mhm.
But if I do plan to get into the market to help Bahamians, because growing up, a lot of us just wanted to leave. We did track or academics. We wanted to leave and be like, nah, we ain't coming back. But that's
Mm.
a bad thing. That's how you destroy a country, by removing the youth. But I want to get back into there and just start creating courses and creating ways for people to do their own online business because with the COVID, it changes how we do business. Everything is online now.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
going to be very few brick and mortar houses. I mean businesses, but everything will
Yeah.
be transitioned to online.
Right. So like, what is it exactly? Because I mean, all right, there are many aspects to what you do. So, do you do more of the and some of the things you're gonna say, I know what they are, but the average person may not. Like SEO, the search engine optimization, things like that. Is that something that you do?
Yes, I do that. But right now,
Okay.
I'm
So,
mainly focusing. Oh, go
uh
ahead.
huh.
Sorry.
No, no, go ahead. You're mainly
Oh,
focusing on what?
mainly right now, what I'm focusing on with helping specifically startups in the Black community, startups or
Mhm.
any type of entrepreneur.
In what aspect? What is it that that you're gonna do with them, with the startup? Because the reason why I'm asking is there are people out there that are in the startup phases, but they don't know if it's something that you might be able to help them with or not. They
Mm,
might be some people that need a website, others that need their website redone, others that need the
mm-hmm.
search engine customization, others that need, so many different parts of it. So where would you start with that entrepreneur or with any entrepreneur in order to bring
with
them
their
into
website.
middle age?
I would start with their website. That's exactly what I'm doing. I have a project that I'm doing right now with specifically websites. I
Mhm,
start them up with a good website, someplace they could afford, something that they easy entry, And while I'm doing the website, they'll have access to tech support, monthly
mhm,
maintenance, audit their site so they know what's going on, all the analytics of it, and then I would like bring them into a community because I've created a Facebook group where you can learn
mhm.
step by step marketing from okay start. I have a website. What next? You need traffic to this website. How do I get traffic? What's the freest
Right,
way to get traffic? Word of
right.
mouth. You could do word of mouth marketing, creative ways of thinking of marketing. Then we move to paid marketing. Paid ads,
Right.
then SEO, etc. We get them through the guidelines so they don't go in loops and waste money.
hmm So I'm actually gonna have to run a commercial break real quick. Give me just 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Guys, stick around with us. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more stuff from Andre to talk about how your business can grow from where you are to where you want it to be. Okay, 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Let me tell you about CCTV RX. With over 30 years in the security
Oh,
industry
let me
here in
see it.
South Florida, they have proven themselves to be the first choice when it comes to security professionals. So, whether you're trying to secure your home or your business, there's no other choice. Give them a call today for a free estimate. 754 213 2820. If your car could talk, it would say call Curvin's Car Detailing Service. It's mobile and they can come to you no matter where you are in Broward County. Give Curvin a call, 954 549 8507, and tell him that Steve sent you.
Baby, won't you take me there? I want some real good food to eat. I want shucking and jiving. Shucking and jiving. I want shucking and jiving. Shucking and jiving. Shucking and shucking and jiving. I want shucking and jiving.
Well, I know I got what you want. I know you like that jive shrimp. My son is fish and them geechee grits. My granddaddy make you have a fit.
Right
I
on.
try to give you all of my best. I do it straight from the heart. Cooking straight from the soul. Now. Straight from the soul. Yeah. Straight from the soul. Yeah,
Ooh, that's what it is, what it is. That's where it's at, that's what it is. Come on down and shuck it and jive and Cajun food with an old school groove. Our designers to get your taste palette back in line, baby. Follow us at We Shuck It.
All right, we are back. We're here with Andre Ward, and Andre is a social media marketing expert, and he will help you to get your business from where you are to where you want to be. And in this day and age, where right now with the COVID and everyone being at home and businesses are moving online, this is someone that you really need to have in your corner. All right, this is right now having a social media person is just right up there with having a good lawyer or a good accountant or you know because honestly if you don't have a good person to bring business in then you don't need that accountant. I'll just be honest with you, it is what it is. um so and Andre was just talking to us about different things that he does. He actually has a program that you were just saying you can help people to drive traffic to their website, and sometimes it could be even free or just or a low cost, right?
Yeah, it's low cost, very low cost.
Yeah.
It's like you going to buy fast food once a month.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So talk to me a little bit more about some of the platforms that you work with. I mean, do you help people out with getting more views on social media? And actually, how does the social media aspect of it? How do you turn the views and the likes into money? Because a lot of people still don't understand the correlation between getting likes and views and getting money from it.
You give value. It's about the
Mhm.
value you give. I'm glad you asked this because I always had clients who would expect one thing without
Mhm.
any knowledge and then get upset when they're not getting the results they want. And I'm like, social media is for you to get the word out there. And not
Mhm.
everybody wants to see you. Some people care. If you're not giving them something they care about, they're
Right.
not going to be interested in buying anything. So you have to give them value. Once you give value through content, valuable information, education, what this can do, how this could help you, and instead of trying to just take, you give, and you build an affinity with your audience. Eventually, you could do calls to actions because they know, like, and trust you. You have to build a relationship from the ground up. Don't just hop in and be like, I'm going to make $10,000 a month from social. No, get out of here. That's not going to work. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work at all. You have to start building relationships and just start collaborating with other people on social media. It takes some time, 3 months, 6 months, depending on what you do, but it's worth it because you're directly connecting with people for prices way lower than traditional marketing.
Mhm.
Before I started getting in, $10,000 have to spend just on research and development. Just on research and development. That's it. You could go on Facebook and do a little quick survey or something, spend a couple $100. Compared to what it used to be, the entry to getting into business online is so little, but I find like people still find excuses to get like, oh no, this is too much. Your
Right.
dream is not worth putting $100 in just to
Exactly.
like get someplace, just to learn. I spent so much money just to learn, but it was worth it. It was so worth it.
And that's one of the things I try to
It
explain
was
to
so
people.
worth it. But
Yeah, I try to explain that to people because I would see people sometimes have they want to get into business, they want to do something, and then you tell them, oh well, you know what, you want to start a podcast, get one of these mics, like this is the Blue Yeti mic right here. And I'm like, go ahead and get the Blue Yeti mic. And then they're like, oh no, but that mic's $150. Yeah, but I mean, it's the
like
difference between your
come
podcast
on.
sounding professional and sounding like like you're on a walkie-talkie. You know, and then the thing is, you're not gonna get commercials because you're not gonna get the
I
viewers
mean,
and the people
right.
who want it. So definitely, I hear what you're saying
Yeah, and
about
even if you can't get those stuff, like start from somewhere.
right. Start with a small mic, but one better than just the average sounding mic. And there's so much
Hmm.
because like you said, within the age of digital media and the age of Facebook and YouTube, there's so much information out there that people can get to, and they can compare themselves to others. And then that's what I always do. I look at others and I compare myself and I say, how do I get there? How do I get where he is? And then once I get where that person is, I want to get to another level and another level. There is no finish line. This morning as I was doing my walk-in, just to touch on something here that we were talking about, as I was doing the walk-in this morning, I'm like, you know what? I realized that the difference, because I'm walking and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do 3 miles and that's it. And then I'm like, but wait a second, why am I limiting the distance that I'm going? I'm like, that's the difference between winners and, well, I don't like to say losers, I like to say non-winners. But the difference between winners and non-winners is the non-winners limit themselves. They tell them, I just want to get here and stop. You never hear a rich person go, oh gosh, 2 billion. Yeah, I think I'm good with 2 billion. I'll stop now. No. Once he gets to 2 billion, he wants 3 billion and 4 billion and 5 billion. There is no stopping. So so the same for the viewers out there. If you guys want your business to go to another level and there's no stopping, you need a person, a social media marketing person, because you need someone that's going to be able to teach you what you don't know. And better yet, not even teach you what you don't know. You need someone that's going to be able to do the work that you don't know or the work that you don't want to do. I mean, seriously, be for real. Most people don't want to be sitting on online every day doing social media work. That's where Andre comes in, because Andre gives you the flexibility to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? So how long does it normally take for a person to go from, let's say, let's say they're going from a brick and mortar to online, how long do you think it will be before they can from scratch with a website, giving them a website and giving them some traffic? How long do you think that could take?
Man, it's if you already have established traffic and you're going from brick and mortar to digital, you could do that within 3 to 4 days. Get a website, bomb. I'm gonna drop Wix. Wix right now is so easy for people just to hop in. If
Mm,
you don't have the time or know how to fully do the technical stuff, I help people with that. That's part of the project I have. It's not hard. You have to find the time to to just jump and say, sit down and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this done. Literally, Wix putting a drag and drop website together for your business takes no longer if you know how to. I would say 2 to 3 days, 4 days max because you know life. And it goes easy. It gets easier from there. Just like on Facebook, you go to the Facebook groups. There are like 40,000 people in one Facebook group. 40,000 people you have access to. You could just build a relationship with them and talk about their business and then drop your links and they keep generating traffic organically. That's non-paid. You're not paying a
right.
dime because I know some of y'all are their penny pinching right now, like, ooh, traffic, I gotta pay for this. There's ways to do it for free until you get to the point where you could afford to do $1,000 a month on an SEO, or $300 on an SEO. You could do a $5,000 a month Facebook ad campaign. Don't think all the way. Okay, how am I going to do what the big companies are doing? You're not a big company yet. Never
Right.
despise small beginnings. You can just start talking to just start talking to people and be like, this is what I do. A closed mouth
So
don't get fed. Like you talk to people, word of mouth.
yep, definitely. So what if the person just wants to get some consulting? Do you do consulting as well? Can a person call you up and just say, "Hey, um I don't have the money to hire you right now to do all this stuff, but if you could get if like maybe an hour consulting, 2 hours consulting in order to get them at least started." Do you do that kind of consulting stuff? Kind of some consulting work?
I never charge anybody for consulting. I never even thought of charging anybody. How I'm talking to you now, people would come
Hmm.
up to me and I would just like feed it to them. I'm like, here, just I don't know. It's my passion. I'd be like, this is what you do. Just do this. Just do that. Like I'm giving out free information in hopes, not even in hopes that somebody takes it and they are successful. And I'm like, wow, finally.
Yeah, but
And
you know what?
it create a
Honestly,
chain reaction.
I hear what you're saying, but you can't take passion to Publix and get groceries.
You right.
I mean, when I go to Publix,
You are so right,
they have the Publix has cash and credit. I never see cash, credit, and passion. You know,
man. I
so
know what you mean. I order food from off of Amazon, like Fresh Market. Yeah, they're not gonna be like, we don't accept online passion payments. But I
I
get
know,
you
right?
though.
They're like,
I
"Wow, you helped
understand
out
though.
Steve? Okay, great. We're gonna give you credit for that." No, that doesn't happen. And I learned that one the hard way. I mean, seriously, I learned that. I got to the point where, and this is for everybody out there. I'm not saying don't help people. That's not what I'm saying at all. To my viewers, I'm not saying don't help people, but I'm saying that you have to realize that if you're helping a person to make money, then you should make money from it as well, because what's going to end up happening is that person is going to make money. That person is going to be driving in a nice car and you're going to be still at the bus stop. That person is going to be buying their house and you're going to still be renting in an apartment, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I'm not saying that you have to knock them over the head
Y'all
with the
heard him.
prices,
So when you
but
ask me questions, I'm charging.
hey, it's consulting. I mean, Bill Gates loved what he did, but he became one of the richest men in the world. He didn't just go, "Oh man, Windows, okay, guy, you guys can have that for free because I just love programming." Nah, he started a company. You know, um, so that's basically how you got to do. If a person wants to advertise on my show, I love my talk show. I love what I do. But if a person wants to put a commercial, they got to pay. They got to pay for the commercial. It's not going to be a free run. So the same way that person is getting thousands of views or whatever on the commercial, then yeah. If they went to you know the radio or one of them, they'll pay. And what's better than radio is because on the radio, most of the times you're driving, you don't have the time to write down the information you hear on the radio. But on the internet, even if you missed the commercial or whatever, you can go back and watch it. You can go to my website, you can see the advertiser page. There's so many different things. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, definitely, you got to rework that
No,
business model.
definitely.
Take the passion out of it.
Yeah, I got you. But I do have this thing that I hope, it's a win-win situation for everybody with what I'm doing with the websites. So
Mhm.
basically, right now, if you're a startup, not even a startup, if you're just trying to get your business online, it's your first website. What I'm doing is I'm helping people get Wix websites, which is because they have to pay for the hosting, and
Right.
and in their domains. So they pay for all of that on the platform, and I tell them to pay yearly because when you pay yearly, you get so many benefits. You don't have to worry
You get a
anymore.
big
You
discount
get
too. Yeah.
credits for yeah, you got a huge discount. You get vouchers for apps that you will definitely need to use. Analytics. You don't even
Right.
need to know how to use these things because I'll be a guy you contact. So it's literally
Right.
I'm building the website for them with all the
Hmm.
technical, the SEO, on-site optimization for the first time, and I'm only charging them $20 a month. I'm building it
To
for
help you
free.
with all
They
that
get
stuff.
$20 a month.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it doesn't
So
take me long at all.
okay, you and I need to talk about that business model. But but definitely one of the things too is you know um it's like, okay, let me tell you a little story. And some of you guys probably heard this story before because
All
I've
right.
told it. I heard it. I heard it years ago from oh gosh, can't remember the guy's name now. But anyhow, he was doing a workshop um right down here in Broward County, and the story was there was a ship that was stranded. It was stranded in port, and I don't know how true. I don't know if it's a true story or not, but it sounds like a good story. But anyhow, a ship is stranded in port, and they couldn't get the ship to move, so they called. Well, bugs are biting me here. I'm on the balcony, so you know how that goes. But so they called this company, and the company sent out some of their best men, and they worked on it for about 2 3 days, and they couldn't get it to work. And the guy went ahead and the company build them anyway, and they paid $50,000 because they had all these guys working on this for this amount of time and couldn't get it to work, and they gave them a bill anyway, and they paid the bill. So this little old guy comes around. He used to work on ships. He retired, but somebody called him up. He comes around. He walks around the engine, looking around the engine. Then he took a hammer and he just bang hit the engine. And he go, okay, start now. And they started. And then that was in less than 10 minutes. And he gave them a bill for the same $50,000. And the people are like, I'm not paying you $50,000 for 10 minutes of work. What are you crazy? He's like, but I got it to work and they didn't. And they're like, yeah, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm not paying you that amount of money for that for that short period of time. He goes, you're not paying me for the time that it took me to fix it. You're paying me for the time that it took me to get the knowledge of how to fix it. So therefore, what you need to do is you need to charge for the time of the knowledge that it took you that you have, not for the time of doing it. If it only takes you 5 minutes to build a Wix site, it's not that's not the point. The point is the knowledge that you had to obtain in order to build that Wix site, and how far you had to come from where you were to where you are now. And the thing is too, what we have to realize as entrepreneurs, one of the things we have to realize is, like you were saying before about value, we have to put the value on our work, not just the value on what the person thinks of our work. If you Because I mean, there's a reason why Nikes cost $200, and one or whatever the one is at Walmart costs 19.99. We put the value on it. The sneaker is really not that much better, but we put the value on it, so we're willing to pay the $200 for those sneakers. And what's so crazy about it is, and I know I'm gonna have people send me an email, go, no, the sneakers are better. No, they're not. If you take that same $19 sneaker and you treat it the same way you treat your $200 Nikes, it'll last just as long. The difference is we have no problem with the $19 sneaker breaking down the back, kicking around in the mud, whatever. But with the Nikes, you only wear it on certain occasions. You bring it home, you wipe it off, you put it back in the box. Of course, it's going to last longer because you treat it better. But anyhow, back to what we were talking about. So when you guys call Andre and he gives you guys a price, don't nitpick, don't bicker, don't do any of that stuff, because this man took years to get to where he is with the knowledge that he has. And that's really what you're paying for. You're paying for his knowledge. You're paying for his years of expertise. Right, Andre?
That's true, and I get that story what you were saying, and the reason I had the price so low, I had people come to me before and they're like, "What, bro? You charge people up to $2,000 before to do websites?" And I'm like, I did this. I could what I'm doing now. I can do this. The way I have it set up, it doesn't take me a lot of time. Yeah, the knowledge what I have is invaluable. But this is me giving back. This is me saying, okay, this is my way of actually helping people. And I'm looking at the long term, not the short term. I'm looking at the long term of, oh, I have people like this. A year from now, I have 2,000 people. Let's say 2,000 people paying me $20 a month. That's okay change. But I have 2,000 people that I help farm and grow their business by giving them so much valuable information. And it's not just about the money for me. I know that this is just the beginning. I'm only 24. I'm looking at when I'm 30, my company is well known. People, it's not all about just me, but my company is well known for actually caring about its customers. My clients are not just numbers. They will be the client, and I'm very passionate what I do. Like, I'm very head on, like, what I do. And that's exactly the reason I kept it at a low price. I created this model is because it's easy entry. You have no excuse but to get in. I'm giving you a value. People charge usually. I know people charge just to go to a network event $900 one time, just to get this little bit of information. And I'm like, you cannot if you can't afford couple bucks a month to go to the fast food restaurant about once a month for your business, you don't need a business. You need to go get a job. And it doesn't not to be cold or anything. It's just you have to reevaluate. It's the facts. You can't find a little bit of money to just start your dream. I gave you no excuses. I gave you an entry of no excuses. You'd have to reevaluate yourself. And that's why I did it. Not just for the money, just to actually help people to start.
I understand what you're saying, but and you say you're what, 24? You said
24.
All right, I'm 50, and I'm going to tell you what it took me all those years to realize. People are going to put the value based on your number. We're going to talk about that later on, though, because I am going to be doing a workshop, online workshop for entrepreneurs, and that's one of the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about value in the value in the business, because one of the things, and I understand what you're saying, I really do. That you want to help people. I understand that. I was at that point. You'd be surprised at the amount of people I help to start their business or get started and so many different things. And a lot of them are watching. A lot of them watch now, and they'll tell you. Well, some would tell you of the length that that I've gone through to help them start their businesses and to help them do all these different things. And I'm telling you, and any entrepreneur out there, people will only value your business as much as the value you put on your business. If you charge, like you said, there's some people that would pay $1,000 to go to a workshop. Some people would pay $5,000 to go to a workshop. But you know why? Because the person that has that workshop said, my workshop is worth $5,000. And people, if they don't have the money, they'll borrow, they'll beg, whatever, in order to get that $5,000 to go to that person's workshop. Whether they implement the work or not, whether they do anything or not, they're going to go and they're going to get that money and go to that person's workshop. They're going to come back home. They're going to take the books and they're going to put it on a shelf. They'll probably never touch it again. More than half of them won't touch it again. But the guy with the workshop got his $5,000. And that's the thing, because as entrepreneurs, we have to start to value what we have, and then we have to say this is why it's worth this. This is why a commercial spot. If you want to have a commercial on lunchtime talk with Steve, there's a reason why the commercial costs you $100 a week to run, and which is really cheap when you think about it because you're getting 10 commercials
It
a
is.
week. You're getting 10 commercials a week for $100. For $100, but some people are like, oh, that's really cheap. Other people are like $100. Like, oh man, you know what? That's okay. Go to channel 7, go to channel 10, go to any one of them if you want to go run over there and see what happens, see what the prices are. But yes, my point is we really have to put the value on it because right now the reason that I made mine so inexpensive is because I want people to be able to afford it. But I still want to be able to make enough money to make sure that the show runs. If the show doesn't run,
Mm,
you know what I mean? Then I can't just say, "Oh, wow, you know what? Andre's a nice guy. I'm gonna give him a commercial for free," because then the show's not gonna is not gonna be on much longer, and that won't benefit me nor Andre.
correct.
Or I can't say I'm gonna give him a
Correct.
commercial for only $20 for the week or $20 for the month or whatever. No. But
Hmm.
we're gonna do an entrepreneur workshop coming up in a couple of weeks too, because that's one of the things that I have had issues with in the past. I didn't know how to price my services. I didn't know how to do all these different things when it came to my company or even to me. Um, and I had to learn the hard way that sometimes we just have to bite the bullet and then just say, hey, this is it, take it or leave it. Because I mean, if you walk in a Walmart and the product costs $10 but you only have $8, they're not going to say, oh well, Andre, you're always here, so yeah, go ahead and take it for $8, man. You're here every week. They'll never say that. If you only have $9, if you ever had $9.50, they're not going to tell you, you know that's Andre. He's here. Yeah, he shops here all the time. He's been shopping here for 10 years. So you know how much money he put in our pockets? We could let him slide with the 50 cent. Nope. You swipe that credit card and that credit card says decline. That's it. You didn't have the $10. You only had $9.50. That's how a business runs. And I know people are gonna say, oh
That's
man, Steve, you're
correct.
being too hard on people, but there's a difference between business and friendship or pleasure or whatever. But give me 2 minutes and I'm gonna run another commercial spot because you know how it is. Commercials got to. But my commercial breaks at least two commercials every episode. That's how we get paid. So we'll be back with you in just a second. All right, be right back with you. Let me tell you
All
about
right.
CCTV RX. With over 30 years in the security industry here in South Florida, they have proven themselves to be the first choice when it comes to security professionals. So whether you're trying to secure your home or your business, there's no other choice. Give them a call today for a free estimate. 754-213-2820. If your car could talk, it would say call Curvin's Car Detailing Service. It's mobile and they can come to you no matter where you are in Broward County. Give Curvin a call, 954-549-8507, and tell him that Steve sent you.
Whoa, did you guys see that? If that happens to you, call me at 305-316-8815 and I will help connect you with people that will fight for you.
Alrighty, we are back and we have Andre Ward on here with us, social media expert, social media guru, social media go-to man. If you have any issues with your business, all right. If you're a small business and you're now starting up, this is the man that can help you to get from the bottom step to the next step, or even 2 or 3 steps up ahead. All right. So definitely reach out to Andre, let him know, hey, I saw you on Steve's show, and I want you to do for me what you've been doing for others. Now, you were mentioning earlier that you worked at another company before, and you were doing the social media work at that other company, right? At a referral company,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah, it
so
was
how
a
long?
It was in Florida when I lived in Florida.
Where you know?
I'm in Georgia, Jonesboro.
All right. That's so crazy because so many people are moving out of Florida because I'm telling you, man, opportunities. That's another thing I tell people all the time too. Don't be afraid to move for an opportunity. People would sit and say, "Oh, but I lived here all my life." And where's it gotten you? Don't be afraid to move for an opportunity.
Right? Where has that gotten you?
I mean, it's
Okay.
the truth. If you've been living in somewhere for more than, I'm going to say, more than 5 years, and you can't see that you've moved anywhere, that you've progressed in life, it's time to look somewhere else because it's obviously not for you.
Yeah,
You
it's a
know, so
familiarity thing. Yeah, it's a mental
exactly.
thing. People are used to familiarity. They're comfortable with what they're familiar with.
Yes,
So if
and if
you're
you
broke and you still broke, it's not about the money, but that's because you chose that. You're comfortable with that
exactly
lifestyle.
like you remember the movie Shawshank Redemption? Did you see? Did you ever watch that movie?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm that old or young enough or whatever. When did this come out?
Oh
Oh
man,
yeah,
he said you
Shawshank
don't know he's
Redemption. I'm
that
like,
old.
never in my life have I heard this.
Okay, you got to watch the movie The Shawshank Redemption. It's with Morgan Freeman. Anyhow, I guess you'd say it's an old movie. It's about maybe 10, 15 years old. I don't know. But anyhow, so in the movie, he was in prison. And the whole thing is they got so institutionalized that when they got out of prison, they didn't know anything. All they knew was prison, so they really wanted to go back because they were so familiar with it. And it's the same thing with when you're
Hmm.
in and when you live in a certain area and you're there for so long, you don't realize that you're comfortable in your situation, even though you keep praying that God gives you more. He let you win the lotto, or he let your business flourish, or whatever. Meanwhile, God might be telling you, I'm gonna do this for you, but in Jonesboro, Georgia, or wherever, you know, meanwhile, then you're still sitting in Fort Lauderdale. Go, yeah, but Lord, why don't you make these things happen? And he's thinking, God is telling you, yes, I'm gonna do it, but not here. This isn't where your blessings are. It's in Georgia, and but God, but really, I want to stay here.
Hmm.
That's what I feel happens a lot of times. We are so stuck on where we are that we miss the
Man, you
blessings that
bargain and just move.
exactly, dude. I'm telling you,
We have conditions to what we want.
mhm. And that's where some of the issues are. But anyhow, so when you were working for that company, tell me about some of the work and the things that you did for that company that you're going to bring now to the entrepreneur, to the small business that's now starting up.
Well, what I did with that company was is lead generation. So basically, what we would do, we would get in contact with people or find or do social media marketing, whatever marketing means. We do social media marketing through Instagram. I would also have other techniques to find people who would get in a car accident and then try to get in contact and build a relationship with them. So, help them get a bigger settlement than the insurance company would offer you, and help them find a lawyer, help them find a chiropractor so they could get proper recovery for their health. Find a very good lawyer that would actually go extensive into investigating the accident and talk to the insurance company on your behalf, because what insurance company is a business. They don't want to spend all that money. So, for example, if they offer you 2,000, you never take the first offer because most likely you're supposed to get way more. Like at least the highest I've seen someone get is $200,000 for a car accident, but that was like a freak accident. And I was like dealing with a business, and I think dealing with a business, but on the regular everyday accidents, because Florida is like, oh my god, crash course city. You would get somewhere like 14, anywhere between 5,000, 14,000. That's what I've seen the average, maybe 20,000, but depending on depending on what happened. And there's other ways, like if you got in a hit and run, people think there's no way you could get help. They think, oh, if you don't have insurance, you can't do anything. That's not true. This is why when you get in a car accident, you probably heard the commercials from other referral agencies. You don't call the referral agencies. You do call the police, and you actively go look for someone to help you, like for a lawyer and chiropractor. I won't even
Hmm.
plug in any specific referral agency name, but your thing is you should get a chiropractor and a lawyer because you don't know what you could be walking away from. And don't do any deals at the scene of the car accident. Don't take any money. You get the information and you go through the right process, because you taking $500 or $1,000 at that scene, you're losing money. You could lose your job because now your car is messed up. You can't get it fixed. All these things your insurance is supposed to take care of, and you're supposed to be able to get some money to get back. Be careful with the companies you go with, because they do have predatory. I'm not calling any names because they got big wallets. They got
I
big
hear
wallets. I
you. I
don't
hear
play with
you.
these people. But they got predatory practices. I could think of a major one. If you think of a major one, I'm probably talking about them. They have predatory practices where they would like prey on the insurance money. Yeah, they prey on the
Uh,
insurance money. They have deals with certain lawyers and chiropractors, to get like access money. And then, for example, you have up to $10,000 for medical benefits. That's supposed to cover all your medical benefits. They're only supposed to take a certain amount because you
mm.
might have other things you need to get treated for. And
They
then when you
want
get your settlement from the lawyer, they want some of that too. So you need to go to people who's going to explain to you the processes of all of this and make sure you get the amount of money and you're not being preyed upon.
But here's the thing, though. But this all starts with the social media aspect of it. You get that customer. You bring that customer in through social media.
Yeah,
Correct.
social media, word of mouth. Yeah, social media. They do it a lot of social media. It's mainly social media. We would have like teams of people creating influencer profiles and then creating lead generation systems. So it came through social media because those people know, like, and trust those people.
So the thing is, though, so the same way you could generate those leads through social media for this major company, you could generate it for the small for a small business, or you can help them to generate leads through social media, through Instagram, through Facebook, different things like that for their business. Correct.
Of course, once you have a plan, yeah. Once you know how
Mm,
you're navigating, you have a plan, and I know what results you want. I'm gonna tell you,
exactly.
hey, you want to make this amount of sales. You need to build up your brand first for like let's say a month or two. Build up your brand, but do a lot of offline marketing to drive these people to social media. So the
Mhm.
algorithm is looking at that and be like, oh, this profile is very, very popular. Let's push it further. So you get that exposure. You're not spending any money, but it's spending time to get the money. We do
So
organic to paid methods through social media.
so if they wanted to reach you, if they want to get a hold of you, how would they get a hold of you?
Oh, I can't hear you. Went out just now.
How would they get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you?
Hold on, I can't hear you at all. I'm so sorry.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, I was saying, how would they get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you and hire you?
Oh, you could call me on my business number. It's 305 684
Mhm.
3038. Or right now my website is down. I have it down for maintenance, but I think it's going to be up in 2 days. But you could visit my website at www.awardmediasolutions.com, or just hit me up on my Instagram, awardmedia underscore, and then you'll be able to get in touch with me, or Facebook. Just click my name and you'll find me.
All right. So give me that 1 minute, wrap up the information that you want to leave with my viewers. Go ahead. You got a minute. All right.
You say, see, you gave me free advertisement for a minute. Let me use it wisely.
Go ahead, man.
So
You're not
if you're a startup
big
or you just need a
opportunity.
website, if you're a startup or you need a website and you don't know how to start a website or how to get it to get all the pieces together or just don't have the time, you could contact me. I have a program, a promotion right now where you get technical support, you get a Wix website, you get the maintenance, monthly maintenance, the audit every month. You get access to tutorials and how-to guides to actually generate traffic to your newly made website. And I'm only doing this for $20 a month. There's no strings attached. I'm building it specifically Wix because I'm doing it to help people. Specifically Wix because it won't take a lot of time. I also do WordPress and Shopify, etc. Those I do charge. Steve already got mad at me for not charging for the Wix, but I do charge for those. But the Wix website, if you want a brand new website just to start, it's only $20 a month. There's no strings attached. I know it sounds crazy. It is what it is. It's exactly what I say it is, and that's it.
So so let's say, for example, then the WordPress. What is the cost on a WordPress website?
It depends on what you would need, but the flat rate would be the lowest I've ever done in WordPress is $800. The lowest, because that you do need some technical, and it was businesses I did with like payment and upscale restaurants like Noma Miami. I don't know if you guys, it's a kosher restaurant,
Mhm.
but WordPress is more up to date, more professional, because majority of the businesses run on WordPress.
Right,
A high percentage of businesses run on WordPress, and that's the
right.
go-to. So it takes time, and usually would take me a week, 4 days to a week to do a WordPress, and that's something I'm not going to charge no $20 a month for. You come to me, you coming right.
Yeah, there you go. See. All
So
right,
it's not even
Andre.
about the money; it's the value. Nah,
Yeah, I hear you.
that's a no-no.
I hear you. All right, Andre, thanks very much for being on the show, man. I appreciate it. As always, I like bringing information to my viewers and helping them to get to the next level. And I believe that if they were to call you, they will get to that next level. And you guys hurry up and call him real quick before I convince him to change his mind on that $20 thing. Okay, I'm telling. So you might want to call him right now so you can get locked in on that $20 rate. Yeah. But give
Yeah.
me time. I'm gonna talk you into it though.
All right, and it was a pleasure to be on your web show. I really appreciate it. We have to do this again. I love this
Mhm.
idea that you're doing. I fell in love with it when you first showed me. I was like, wow, I really like this, and I hope we get to do some further collaborations in the future.
Definitely, definitely. All right, Andre. Thanks again. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna give you a call because I still got to talk to you about changing that price structure.
All right, man. Let's see if you can persuade me otherwise. All right,
All right,
brother.
I'll
Y'all
talk
have a
to you
great
later.
day.
All right. All right, guys. So, again, you know how it is. I like to try to bring you as much information as possible. I like to make sure that you have the knowledge that you need in order to get where you want to be. And Andre was just telling you about the different things you can do with your website, your search engine, your social media, and the same things that he did for these major companies, he can do them for you. If these companies were using Andre to get the customers in, and they're multi-million-dollar companies. Let's be for real. What do you think he's going to do for you as a small business? He's going to do the same thing. He's going to get your customers in. He's going to generate the customers for you, and now it's up to you to turn it into a multi-million-dollar business. Hey, don't let it slip. All right, I'm giving the man a call because I am going to be calling him and trying to convince him to do the a different price structure. Me personally, I think the 20 is too low, but I mean, he's trying to help you out. All right. So let's see what we can do. And also send me a message. Let me know what you guys think about me doing the show on the balcony. Is it a good idea? Not a good idea? What do you think? Um, is there background noise? Do you prefer to see the bookshelf? The green screen with the bookshelf, What do you like to see? I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys are doing. So again, one of the things too that I wanted to talk about was, definitely we know already that, they keep saying there's going to be another wave of this COVID, whatever. Position yourself in a way that, if God forbid there is another wave of this, position yourself in a way that you are actually going to come out ahead, and not sitting there wondering about your rent, your light, your phone, your whatever. Try to do a business that's going to be an online business. That's where Andre comes in. Try to do a business that is going to be an essential business. Mask, sanitizers, hand soap, whatever. All right, these are things that you need to be able to do. You have to be able to create your own destiny. You can't just keep sitting back and say, I'm looking for a job. If you can't find a job, create a job. I mean, seriously, if you cannot find a job, if you're looking and you cannot find a job, you need to create a job. So Walmart has cloth. All these other ones, Michaels, all of them have cloth. Create masks. That's as simple as that. Right there, now you're just creating a whole new thing. Create masks, create hand sanitizers. You can see on YouTube how to create them and then add your own spin to it. Put a little bit of mint for a different flavor, a little bit of lavender for a different flavor, a little bit of aloe or whatever you want to do. Give it a different flavor. If you want to create hand scrubs with a little bit of alcohol in it, that's good, because now you're exfoliating your skin, and you got the what do you call it, the sanitizer in it, whatever. I mean, there's always something that you're doing right now that you thought in your mind, and you may be doing with your family that other people aren't doing. Well, guess what? They'll pay you for that. They'll buy it from you. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the opportunity right here. You have two opportunities: an opportunity to move, make money and move forward, or an opportunity to sit down and complain. You decide which one you want to do. Either way, there's going to be a change. You're either going to change for the better or change for the worse. But it's only going to happen if you do it. All right, guys, get out there, do something. All right. Again, like I always say, there's we have a lot of the food banks out there right now that are open. If you don't know where they are, go to my website, lunchtimetalkwithsteve.com. You can see the on the get help section. There's one that has Feed America. So you click on that and you put your zip code. It'll tell you wherever they're doing the free food banks in your area, where Feed America is doing those things. All right. You also have the 211 section, where they'll help you with things like rental help, if you need money to help pay your rent, if you need money to help pay your light bill. And these are all national organizations. So no matter where you live in the United States, you put your zip code in there and it's going to do it for you. You also have things like the suicide prevention hotline. You can just click on that. It take you out to it. Missing and exploited children network. So if you put your zip code, it'll show you people that are missing in your area, because you might be able to help one of these kids out. You might pass one at Walmart or Publix or whatever and not even know. Then you can pick up the phone and call. There are ways for us to help each other out, okay? And don't forget to get out and vote. All right. Wherever you are in the US, just Google it and see when is the time to come out and vote. In Broward County, it's August 18th. So if you want to if you want to go out and vote, August 18th in Broward, get out there and do it. All right. Research your candidates, make sure that you know as much as possible about them, because your decision is going to be binding for at least 4 years. At least 4 years. So get out there, vote. Make sure you vote. Make sure you research the candidates. Make sure you find out more and more and more, and call them up. If you go to the Supervisor of Elections website, their telephone numbers are on there. Call them, ask them questions. You want to know what's going on with these people. All right, you want to know what they're thinking, what they would do in different scenarios, and how they're going to help you. Do it. Call them, ask them questions. All right, guys. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, because you are your brother's keeper. All right. Peace, people. See y'all tomorrow. please visit lunchtimetalkwithsteve.com if you would like to be a guest or advertise on the show. If you're interested in any of the products or services you saw on the show today, or if you would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website, lunchtimetalkwithsteve.com. Thank you.